Steve Martin here. Today I'm going to show you how I set the suspension up on my 23 Ski-Doo Freeride 850 Turbo R. In the front here, I'm running 110 pound springs. It comes with 90s because it is pretty soft and I'm jumping. I'm going up creek bottoms wide open and I really don't want it to bottom, especially when I'm on one ski. It can deflect me downhill. That's why I'm really excited about the 24 Freeride. Comes with 50% stiffer valving. It's stiffer than this setup here, and I send it with this setup, and I have for years. I've been recycling these same 110 pound springs for years, so I'm really excited. I don't have to pull the shocks off my 24 Freeride. Has the 3-position adjuster. Move it to the right, the compression gets stiffer, and as you can see, I'm running it in the stiffest position. Again, it's going to be nice. I think on the 24s I'll be able to run it in medium, and if I'm going to hit something big, really send it, I'll put it to the stiff position. Now, why are they only 3-position clickers when they previously were 12? Well, even on our race sleds when they were revalved KYBs, I was making a 3 or 4 position move at once. So it's really hard to tell one position when you have a 12-position adjuster. So they just kind of gave us 3 or 4 positions all at once. It's actually really nice. I just run them in the stiffest position. And I think this feature kind of goes unnoticed lately because we've had it since 2013 or 2014, is the removable sway bar end link. You can do it with one hand, you can pull it off. Seems like I'm like one of the only people, but I do run with it off. I really prefer with the sway bar removed, especially when I'm running heavier springs or a stiffer shock. It's a more consistent feel through the travel, I think, in a side hill. So if you're running a Freeride, definitely pull it off and give it a shot. In the rear, I'm a lighter guy. I'm about 150 pounds. Running the springs in one, especially in the winter. I want it to have a little bit of sag. I want it to collapse just a little bit to keep the sled playful. Again, I'm running the rear track shock all the way stiff. Again, can't wait for that 24 with 50% stiffer valving. But this is to prevent bottoming. Again, it's okay if it bottoms once a day, once every couple days. That way we know we're using all the travel. The center shock, same thing. I'm running it in the stiffest position, and I put a little extra preload on it. Before we had all this horsepower and all this track speed, we used to run a really light center shock to get the front arm to collapse, and that's what popped it onto the snow. But this longer front arm and all this horsepower, they get on top of the snow. So as springtime comes, snow sets up a little bit, or I'm running a lot of weight on the tunnel, I can make a spring adjustment. We have torsion springs, so that gives us a huge window of adjustment. So we can adjust one side, so we can do position 1 on this side, position 2, that kind of gives us a half position. But you have to pay attention which way we're moving the block. So if I moved it to the right, if I turned it to the right, this block would dig into the spring. So if I wanted to click it up, I turn this side counterclockwise. That's to position 2. So we just don't want to dig that spring in the rear. Limiter straps are in the stock position with 180 horsepower. If I let them out, it's going to wheelie like crazy. Be a lot of fun, but I still have to ride in technical terrain, so it comes in a good position stock. But play with your clickers, try removing this, and go have some fun.